Welcome back to another fun-filled, fantastic day of Project Lead the Way. We are on to part 2 of our rocket build. Make sure that you have your instructions ready. We are going through parts 3, 4, and 5 of your instructions. So that is the tube marking, attaching the fins, and of course attaching the launch lug. So go ahead and get your instructions out and a pair of scissors. On your instructions, when you are marking the body of the rocket, so you're going to need to cut out that piece from your instructions. When you cut that out, this will be marking up the tube. It's going to look something like this. So this is the piece of paper that you cut out. Go ahead, grab a piece of tape, and of course, part E, this is the body of your rocket. I take the piece of paper that I cut out, wrap it around the base of the body of the rocket until you get to the cross-hatched portion. Go ahead, lay the piece of paper over it and tape it down. You can do this with masking tape. You can do this with glue even. Just make sure that you have that secured so the piece of paper is not going to move when you start marking it up. So there are 3 different tallies that you're going to mark. You're going to extend the lines just slightly so you can see where they're going. There are 4 different lines. There is FL, FL, LL, and FL. Each of the FLs represent where the fins are going to be placed around the tube of your rocket, as well as the LL is your launch lug. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my pen and simply mark or extend those lines. So I'm going to put that this is L for launch lug. Extend this line. I'm going to say F for fin. Extend this, F for fin. And then lastly, extend that, F for fin. Okay, so I went ahead and worked my way around and labeled all that. Take off your piece of paper. You don't need it anymore. The reason being is when I go to attach my fins to the body of my rocket, I want to be attaching them to actual part E and not the paper, because then the paper can just slip off and there go all of your fins. Okay. As a reminder, you should have 3 fins, and each of my fins have been sanded down. They're not jagged. I will be able to attach them to my rocket. I'm going to be using hot glue just so you can see what the process is going to look like, and it's going to be faster than waiting for my glue to dry. Okay, so you are going to take your piece like this. Okay, so you see the larger of the 2 ends is on the bottom. I'm going to take my hot glue gun, take just a little bit of hot glue. Okay, again, less is more, and find a line that says fin. I go ahead and take this, make sure this is lined up, and it goes on just like that. Okay, and you want to make sure that the very end of your fin is lining up with the base of your rocket. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and then find the other 2 fins, find the other 2 locations where your fins are supposed to be, and then attach them with your glue. You might have to wait a little bit, depending on the type of glue you're using, in between attaching them, just so that they're not sliding out of place or moving to where they're not supposed to be. When that is entirely done, it's going to look like this. Okay, so all of my fins are attached. They're all equidistant from each other, meaning that they are equally spaced around the circumference of my circle, around the base of my rocket, and then I'm going to attach the launch lug. Okay, this is what your launch lug looks like. Okay, it comes in the packet with your with your parachute. I completely forgot the word. With your parachute. So this is part I. You're looking for part I. Okay, and on the base of my rocket, I have a little marking for launch lug. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the end of my launch lug and go ahead and put it on my rocket. So it will look like that, just like that. All right, and that will be the last step for today. So you have, at this point, prepared your fins by sanding them. You have already assembled your engine mount. We have this from yesterday. You have cut out the tube simply to make the markings on the body of your rocket. You have now attached the fins. It looks like this. And then the very last step is to simply glue on that launch lug. That's all we got for today.